I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is the NFL season is back in full swing. And the bad news is the Baltimore Ravens just dropped an absolute heartbreaker. I don't know. I don't have many words to describe the way I'm feeling. I don't have many words to describe what I just saw. But I'm going to try my best to give you my little instant reaction, my thoughts on this game, because I've got a lot. So first, let's just take a look at some of the stats. Let's take a look at how your Baltimore Ravens fared against your Kansas City Chiefs. The final score was 20-27. Lamar Jackson, 26 for 41, 273 with a touchdown. Derrick Henry, 13 carries, 46 yards and a touchdown. Chiefs held him at bay, honestly, pretty well throughout this game. Isaiah Likely was your leading receiver, and it really wasn't even close. I'll talk more about him in just a little bit, but Patrick Mahomes, 20 for 28, 291 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Isaiah Pacheco, 15 carries, 45 yards and a touchdown. Rashee Rice, 7 carries, 103 yards without a touchdown. But before I get into any more thoughts on this game, let me know in the comment section down below. What's your one-word reaction to tonight's game? I would say mine is stunned. That's my one-word reaction, but you guys let me know down there in the comment section right now. Let's start with Lamar Jackson, the man that leads this team. And it's twofold with Lamar in this game. Because there's one side of the coin that you're saying you're not in this game without number 8, right? You're not in this game without him being able to use his legs and convert those first downs and just make all those plays that he makes. You're not sniffing this game without him. But also on the other side of the coin, there's a part of him that didn't throw the ball well tonight. He didn't look great passing the football. And that's a quarterback's job. He made some good throws. I wouldn't say he made any great throws. I'd say he had a good amount of misses. That throw across your body after scrambling out in the pocket to Rashad Bateman, that was a great throw. Rashad made a better catch, but that was a great throw. But you miss Isaiah Likely in the corner of the end zone with 20 seconds left in this game. You throw it too far. You miss Zay Flowers in the middle of the end zone with 10 seconds left of this game. You're scrambling out to the right. I get it. You're on the move, and you're throwing across shoulder, but he's right there, and you miss him. You throw a dot to Isaiah Likely at the end. He makes a great play. Unfortunately, he's just a toe out, right? I'm going to need Lamar Jackson to just take a little bit of a bigger step in next game for me. For this entire season, I can't have him missing these throws. If he's going to be a great quarterback, and again, I don't want to get too dramatic. Lamar's a great quarterback. Lamar's a 2-time MVP. Lamar is Lamar Jackson. But if you're going to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and that's what you're chasing here if you're the Ravens, you're chasing the Super Bowl. If you're going to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, you got to make those throws. You have to. No ifs, ands, or buts. The great ones, the Super Bowl winning ones, they make those throws. They do. So Lamar was good tonight. I need him to be a little bit better. There you see him rushing the football, 122 yards, 16 carries. He's a dog. He can do things nobody else can do with the football in his hands. But I need him to be a little bit more accurate. I do. Let's talk for a little bit about Isaiah Likely. Oh my goodness, right? What's your 3-word reaction for Isaiah Likely? Mine's oh my goodness. We knew he was going to be good, but I think it was a treat to see that he was this good. 9 receptions, 111 yards, 1 touchdown, and that touchdown was phenomenal. First off, to be a second-year player and to have the wherewithal to know you're running and play with Lamar Jackson, to keep trying to get open. He scans his way open, catches the ball, turns around. Great block by Zay Flowers, by the way, to kind of free him up. And then he hits a little boop, a little hezzy. Quarterback goes right past him. He walks in the end zone. I think Isaiah Likely was the best player of tonight. Now, he did come up with a shoulder injury late in that game on the attempted corner route with 20 seconds left. We did see him a couple plays later, though. And so Hopefully it's not that bad. He went back in the game shortly after that. But you knew he was going to be good. I don't know if you knew he was going to be this good. He was phenomenal. He was your best pass catcher, and it really wasn't even close. They had some great plays, but man, Isaiah Likely, is he the tight end one on this team? Is he? I think he might be, because he's got just a different kind of gear in his game than Mark Andrews does. He can just do more with the football in his hand. You see the receiving stats. Rashad Bateman, 2 catches, 53 yards, 2 pretty big catches, one on a third down, and then one that fantastic catch he made a play on. And then Justice Hill, 6 receptions, 52 yards. But man, Isaiah Likely led all these pass catchers in receptions, led all the pass catchers in yards, was the only pass catcher to get a touchdown. Fantastic game from 80. So excited to see more from him this season. If you're not subscribed already, I don't know how I can convince you more. We had a blast on the live stream tonight. We're still having a blast, and I'm here every single day of the week with a video and live for every single game. So hit that subscribe button. Let's get us to 19K. We crossed over 18K tonight. Let's keep it going. On to the other side of the football, we have the Grim Reaper himself, Patrick Mahomes, who for the most part, I think he had a good game, right? But I do think the defense did a pretty solid job kind of keeping him at bay, right? He made some good plays, but he also threw an interception. Trenton Simpson had a great deflection that almost led to an interception. And I kind of want to tip my hat to Zach Orr for a little bit. You were thrown in here. You're a first-year defensive coordinator, and you're thrown into your first game ever, and you're coaching against Patrick Mahomes, who is, at the end of his career, going to have a debate to be the best quarterback of all time. And you're going against Andy Reid, who might be one of the best coaches of all time. And you called a really good defensive game. You really did. They made stops when they needed to. I'll talk about him in a little bit later. But before I do, I got to give a shout out to today's sponsor, and that, of course, is Game Time. If you can't wait for the season to be here and want to get tickets to the big game locked down, you're going to want to give Game Time a shot. Game Time is the only place I go when I'm trying to get tickets to any college football or NFL game. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. The tool highlights the best deals, including great and amazing deals, which are the highest value seats at the time. For some events, Game Time Picks also identifies a super deal, which is the best seat value in the venue. And speaking of seats, man, that's my favorite thing about Game Time is you get to see the views from your seats before you even buy the ticket, right? Love their last-minute tickets flash deals. Love their lowest price guarantee, but you can't beat the view from your seat. Right there, right? If you wanted to go to tonight's game at Arrowhead, you could see exactly what you'll be looking at before you even buy the ticket. So go to Game Time, use code CHATSPORTS, get $20 off your first purchase. You're not going to regret it. I can promise you that. That is, again, terms apply. Use code CHATSPORTS, that is CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase. What time is it? It's game time. So I want to continue to talk about this defense for a little bit. And then I want to wrap it up with talking about a lot of the mistakes that this team made. This defense, they let up 27 points, but they let up 27 points to one of the best offenses in football. They let up 353 yards to one of the best offenses in football. But they did it with their backs against the wall a lot of the time, right? Lamar Jackson, fumbles. Chiefs get it at the 20, they get a field goal. Turnover on downs. Chiefs get it like the 48. They only get a field goal. When their backs were against the wall, the defense really, really stepped up. Because then you go on the fourth quarter. You need a stop. What does the defense do? It gets a stop. You can't pitch a perfect defensive game against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. That's going to be really hard to do. But you did close to that. And for Zach Orr in his first ever game as defensive coordinator, I was very impressed. Now my next question is, what was up with all of the penalties tonight? Is there a coaching problem in Baltimore? Because you come into this game, and it seems like there were 15 illegal formations with how the right tackle and left tackle were lined up. And that's not, I guess that's on them, right? That's definitely on the left and right tackle. That's on Roger Rosengarten. That's on Ronnie Stanley. But that's also partially on John Harbaugh. You know they're calling that more this year in the NFL. You need to take your guys. You need to teach them up. And you need to focus on that. And they came in, and they didn't just have 1 or 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure they had 4 of those penalties tonight. And also, just like, this team's got to be a little bit smarter, man. So many late hits, a roughing the passer. It just seems like every time you're taking 1 step forward, you're just taking 3 back. That's what it felt like tonight. And it was hard to watch at some points, but at the end of the day, it's also really incredibly exciting to watch. Because at the end of the day, you've got one of the best quarterbacks in Lamar Jackson. And even though he didn't pass the football the best he ever has tonight, he's still a dog. You've got a brand new weapon with Isaiah Likely. Hopefully he's okay. But he's going to be a dog. And I think you can still be confident in your defense. Speaking of defense also, real quickly, letting you guys know, Kyle Van Noy did exit tonight with an injury. There's yet to be an update on that. They put him in concussion protocol. He passed. He was cleared to play from a concussion aspect. I think it seemed to be more of an eye injury that he was dealing with. But after tonight, you guys let me know. What is your confidence in the Ravens this season? Scale it 1 to 100, where you're sitting. I personally am probably sitting at I'm still sitting at an 88. I think, if anything, this kind of made me almost more confident. You go out there against the defending Super Bowl champions, you play a really good game, you give yourself a chance to win at the end, and you just didn't. And that's okay. It's going to happen. It's a long season. We got 16 more of these things ahead of us in the next couple months, and I could not be more excited to be on this ride with you all. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. Do all the things, because I'll be here throughout the entire football season. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. And Flock, we'll be back soon.